Well, again, hi everybody. Welcome to another live stream. This is Lara Ryan from Complete Test Success, and today we're focusing on General Training IELTS Writing Task 1. So if you do academic IELTS, unfortunately, this is not going to be a great amount of benefit to you. So what I'm going to do today is share a Task 1, General Training Task 1 question with you, and together we will write the various parts of the answer. And as you are writing, I'll get you to write a sentence or part of a paragraph and share it with me. And as you're sharing your work with me, I will give you feedback. So if it's irrelevant and it's hurting your task achievement score, or if there's some issue with the referencing or the cohesive devices, if it's affecting your coherence and cohesion score, I'll be able to point out those mistakes in the same way, any vocab or grammar mistakes. So basically, I'll be giving you feedback, letting you know, if there's anything going wrong and what areas you would need to improve to increase your IELTS scores. So I can give you feedback, explain any problems you have. But while we're doing that, I'll take some pieces of writing and use them to construct an answer together on the screen. Elbeck, hello to you. Welcome to the lesson. Okay, so let me share the question with you. This is the question here. So it says, your friend has invited you to his or her wedding, but you are unable to attend. Write a letter to your friend. Okay, so it's a letter to a friend. So what we know that means then is that you're going to be using their first name. So I'm just going to say, Dear Jill. So that's going to be the start. Then I'll need paragraph 1, which will be about the first prompt. Thank him or her for the invitation. Then the second prompt, say why you are unable to attend. So that's what we'll talk about in paragraph 2. And then paragraph 3, we'll discuss the third prompt, describe the wedding gift you are sending him or her. So we'll have one paragraph for each of those prompts. And then each paragraph will be somewhere about 60 words long. 60 words is a good length, just to make sure that it's developed enough for a high task achievement score. And then again, because we're writing to a friend, we'll have to sign off in an informal way. So let's say like best wishes, and then our name. So I'll just put in my first name. Now, again, it's an informal letter, so I'll only put in my first name. It's an informal letter, so I'll only put in my friend's first name. Okay, so that brings us back to the question. And the first thing that we need to do is we're going to write the first sentence of body paragraph 1. So the first sentence, we need to thank him or her for the invitation. That's what the first prompt says. I'll be honest, these are generally, I personally find it quite challenging. It says thank them, and you say thank you. You've done what you were supposed to do, but now you need to turn that into a 60-word paragraph. So that's what we need to do. So that is my first task for you guys today. Write sentence 1, the first sentence of paragraph 1. The reason that I'm asking you to only write the first sentence is that I want you to directly do what the prompt asked you to do in the first sentence. So we're not just going to talk in general and come back to the prompt later. We're going to address that prompt immediately in the first sentence, and then we're going to develop it for the rest of the paragraph. So that's why I want to see the first sentence first. Hi, Hung. Good to see you here. I've just received the invitation to your wedding. Thank you very much for the invitation. It would be an amazing occasion, and I'm so happy for you. Okay, so I'll take that. Now, this bit at the start, I have just received the invitation to your wedding. That won't really do anything for our score. So it's not going to bring our score down, but also it won't bring the score up. So that first sentence, I've just received the invitation to your wedding. Because we only have 20 minutes, I would recommend that we don't include that. Like I said, it's not decreasing our score, but it's also not bringing the score up. So we only have 20 minutes. I want everything we do to help improve that score. So my recommendation would be do not write the first sentence and we'll just jump straight into what the first prompt asked us to discuss. Okay, so just give me one moment. I need to go onto Facebook and I'll copy and paste what Hung has written here into the document. Okay, so here I have what Hung has written. Thank you very much for the invitation. It would be an amazing occasion, and I'm so happy for you. So just a few little things in terms of the grammar. So it would be, we're only using would. We will use it in two ways. We can use would to talk about the past and how it's affecting. To talk about the past and to show that it was something that happened regularly. Like when I was a child, I would get up very early every morning. So I would get up is I would do it regularly. Or you can use it to talk about kind of like our imagination, you know. So we can say, you know, if I had more money, I would buy a more expensive car. So there we're kind of imagining something. We use would to indicate that we're imagining something. So in this situation here, we're not really imagining something. This is, well, within the context of the question, this is supposed to be a real event. So will is not appropriate. So it will be an amazing occasion. We'll make a contraction there just to make it a little bit less formal. Oh, it'll be an amazing occasion, and I'm so happy for you. Now, before and, we need a comma, because this is an independent clause. I am so happy for you. This is an independent clause. That means we need a comma before and. And again, let's just make a contraction here just to see if we can, just to make it a little bit less formal. Right, so far, this is perfect to begin with, but it's 18 words and we need 60 words. So that's what I would like to ask you all to do next, is to finish that paragraph for me. So it has to be still in relation to your thanking your friend for the invitation. So we can't really move on to the next topic yet. We have to stay focused on that. And that's what's challenging when the prompt asks us to say thank you. Okay, so that's my next task for you. How would you develop paragraph one? So what would you say? We need about another 40 words. What can you say to develop that more fully? I'd like you to write that and share it with me in the comments when you're ready. One Piece, hello to you, welcome. Hi, Rahul. Okay, hello, Lara. I hope you're doing well. I am indeed, thank you. I'm here to thank you for your awesome classes. You're very welcome. I got my desired marks. Excellent news. Well done. Well done. Excellent. Because of your videos you posted on your website. That's fantastic. That is great news. Thank you for sharing. And congratulations. Well done. B Winkle, how are you? I'm good. Oh, you're not talking to me. How are you? Again, like I was saying to Hung, you know, you can include it. You can include how are you, and it's not going to bring down your score. But also, our task achievement score is based on our response to the prompts, not kind of the extra kind of, you know, kind of less direct responses to the prompt. So anything we say at the start to kind of, you know, get the letter started, or anything at the end, like, you know, I'm looking forward to your reply, you know, none of that stuff counts. They don't even count it as part of your word count. So how are you? You must be busy in the preparations for the wedding. So far you haven't said anything about thanking them. So that won't count towards your task achievement score. I just received your invitation last week and was over the moon when I found out the news. So you still haven't thanked the person. Your invitation meant a lot to me, comma, but I won't be attending your special day. So you haven't done, you haven't thanked the person. Now you've moved on to the second prompt. Say why you are unable to attend, but you didn't say why you weren't able to attend. You just said you weren't able to attend. So you haven't responded to any of the prompts. So all we want is focus 100% on thanking your friend for the invitation and nothing else at this part and at this point of the essay. Congratulations, Gupta. Yeah, indeed. Hi, XIX. Good to see you here. English with Shadi. Hello there. Welcome to the lesson. Over the moon is happiness. Yep, absolutely. But it didn't say describe how happy you are. It said thank him or her for the invitation. So thank you. There's only one way, like you say thank you. So that's basically you haven't directly addressed it. I forgot to turn on my light here today, and I just get that on. Okay. Right. So we're still waiting to see how can we develop this paragraph. So the prompt is thank him or her for the invitation. And so far we have thank you very much for the invitation. So that's directly saying thank you, which we've been asked to do. It's an amazing occasion and I'm so happy for you. Brilliant. But we need to talk more about how excited we are, how thankful we are, how we feel, whatever it is, but it has to be more about the thanking, Okay, so we still need more before we can move on. How are we going to develop the rest of paragraph 1? Hey, what do you think about reading vocabulary for each subject? For example, growing up. I don't fully understand the question. So what about reading vocab for each subject? If you're asking like, what about learning vocab for the various topics that come up in the IELTS test, I would say, yes, do that. If you have enough time, good, do that. And then when you're saying, for example, growing up, is that an example of a word? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that word. If you don't know that word already, yeah, certainly you should learn it. So yeah. Definitely study vocab if you have time. It depends how much time you have before the test, though, for sure. Okay. I'm so thankful that you thought of me and would like me to be celebrating with you and your loved ones. Great. Okay, on topic again. So let me just jump in and grab that there, Hung. Okay. I'm so thankful that you thought of me and would like me to be celebrating. Now, not to be celebrating. So this needs to be an infinitive. So like me and then plus infinitive. So you have like plus infinitive to celebrate. So we'll just fix up that little bit there. And would like me to celebrate with you and your loved ones. Okay, great. We're still coming in a little bit short. So 38 words. So like I said, we want to write about 60 words. So this is good. We've done what we need to do and we've developed our idea. We've developed the paragraph. So this is going to set us up for a band 7. But if we're looking for like a band 8 or a band 9, we're going to have to, go a bit deeper than this. So we still need to develop that a bit further. B. Winkle, last time we had some heated argument, and to be honest, I didn't expect the invitation from you. I'm so thankful to you. Let the bygones be bygones. Okay, good. That's good. So it's still related to the thank you. Yep. So let me grab that. And we'll add it on to the end here. Perfect. Last time we had some heated argument. So maybe like, let's say I was surprised. I was surprised to get it because maybe the last time we met, we had an argument would be, an argument one. We had a heated argument. So, and then it's not and, to be honest, it's so, because we're saying as a result of that. So we're talking about the result. So, to be honest, I needs to be capitalized. I didn't, or I hadn't expected. So hadn't expected, because this is how you felt before you got the invitation. I hadn't expected the invitation. I hadn't expected the invitation, or to get an invitation from you. I am so thankful to you. And now, thankful for something. So we don't go thankful plus infinitive. I'm so thankful for you letting. So it has to be infinitive. Thankful for letting. Thankful for doing. Thankful for, verb ing. For letting, and then bygones be bygones. So we don't need the article de with bygones be bygones. So at the moment it's too long, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's nearly 8 words. The reason why we would say that a paragraph being too long is a bad thing is that potentially now we're not going to have enough time to finish our answer in 20 minutes. So that's when I give the guideline of write about 60 words per paragraph. It's like long enough to get a good task achievement score, short enough to finish in 20 minutes. So if it's gone too long, the only concern is, can we finish the answer in time? And will we have enough time to go back and fix any vocab or grammar mistakes that we've made? But besides that, this is a very nice piece of writing. And we can move on to the second prompt. So the second prompt says, say why you are unable to attend. So I would like you guys to write the first sentence of paragraph 2. Again, I only want the first sentence to begin with, so that you all focus on doing exactly what the prompt asked you to do in that first sentence. Say why you're unable to attend. I want the reason in the first sentence of body paragraph 2. Okay, so over to you guys again. Write that sentence, share it with me, and then I can add it to the screen and we'll continue from there. Yes, that's what I mean. Perfect. Good. Yeah, so definitely. And so as Ziad was asking about learning vocab. Yeah, so if you ever find, like, you're doing a practice speaking test, if you notice there's a topic where you didn't have the language you needed to discuss it, and it's a common topic in the IELTS test, great. Start learning vocab for that. Same if you're writing a task 2 essay, or if you got a task 1 essay, task 1 letter, and you just notice there's like just a gap in your knowledge where usually your vocab is quite good, but when you talk about this topic, that you're definitely, you have a weakness. Yeah, absolutely focus on that stuff. Ziad, what I mean is, the vocab book from Cambridge. It contains more than 20 subjects. I'm planning to study each subject for 2 days. And my test, like after 2 months, do you think it is a good idea? I don't know the book. I don't know the book you're talking about. I generally will encourage students to learn vocab in a more organic way, where they're just reading texts and finding the words that they want to learn, the words that are suitable for their level, as opposed to finding a book and a book telling you what words to learn. So I think I prefer my students to do it in a more organic way. I often find that books that teach vocab don't give enough context for the vocab to be used correctly. Very often you'll understand what the word means. So for reading and listening, that's perfect. But when it comes to speaking and writing, well, then you don't know how to use the word. So I'm not a big fan of word lists and stuff like that. But I don't know the book you're talking about. Maybe it's good, but just be careful with that. Okay, Hung, I'm utterly dejected that I am not able. Dejected. Let me check that. I think dejected is more like somebody has, put something on you. Sad or depressed. He stood on the street looking dejected. Yeah, no, okay, so it's fine. I'm utterly dejected that I am not able to celebrate with you on one of your significant milestones. Not only will I travel overseas for work, but also I will be incredibly busy on that day, as I'll be leading a seminar for my company. I'm honestly gutted that I won't be able to make it, as we talked about that a while back. Some of the structures So there's formal and informal. This is an informal letter. I'm utterly dejected. Dejected would be quite a formal word. It's not the type of vocab we would use with a friend. And then when you look at the grammar structure, not only will I do this, but also I'll do that. Again, like that would be quite a formal grammatical structure. So what we're trying to do when it's an informal letter, you're writing like more in the style of English speaking. So informal writing would be more similar to the way we speak in English. And then formal writing would be more like this, this kind of like not only but also dejected, like these kind of more academic or formal words. So at the moment, the formality, it's a little bit with the tone, it's too formal, and that will affect your task achievement score. Once you start using formal language in an informal letter, that can bring you down to a band 6 pretty much instantly for task achievement, not your overall score, but your task achievement score. So you need to be careful with that. And also, to be honest, the kind of cohesion in that sentence, not only will I travel overseas, but also I'll be busy that day. Well, it doesn't matter if you're busy or not. If you're overseas, you can't go. So, like why is it relevant that you're busy when you're already overseas? Even if you were overseas and you weren't busy, I mean, that wouldn't really change anything. So it's kind of, in terms of coherence and cohesion, the connection between those two pieces of information isn't very solid. Okay. Also, remember what I said was I wanted you to put the reason why you're unable to attend. The second prompt you can see here on the screen. The second prompt says, say why you are unable to attend. And you didn't do that in the first sentence. So basically that first sentence you're not getting the ball rolling. You're just you're talking without doing what you were asked to do. So what happens then is when we say how much development is there, well, then it's just really just the last sentence would be the only development. So I would encourage you to just ignore that, like remove that first sentence, start with the fact that you're traveling overseas, use less formal vocab and less formal structures. Your last sentence is nicely informal. I'm honestly gutted. Like that's a good informal phrase. I'm gutted that I won't be able to make it. I won't be able to make it, as opposed to I won't be able to attend. I won't be able to make it. So another informal phrase. As we talked about that a while back, a while back being an informal way of saying, in the recent past, or so that last sentence is great. It's the best part of what you've shared here. Siad, or the vocab needs more time than 2 days. Oh yeah. Yeah. So over here you said 2 months. 2 months is plenty of time. 2 days was definitely not enough. Bewinkle, the main reason why I can't be a part of your wedding is that I have my UPSC exam on that day. I can't skip it since this is my last attempt. I've already exhausted the previous 5 attempts. Missing this exam would mean resigning to my fate decided by my dad to be betrothed. Betrothed. So I'm vaguely aware of that word. They're saying it's someone you're engaged to be betrothed, to be engaged, to be married, I suppose. I guess the end goal would be become married. Okay, everything in there is fine. I just need to tidy it up a little bit. Okay, so let me jump onto Facebook. Let me copy and paste that. I see you have another little bit. I'll just copy the whole lot here and I'll tidy it up. Okay, so this is paragraph 2. Saying that's your first sentence, so I'll delete the original. And Okay. So the main reason why I can't be part of your wedding, not really. A part of is more like to participate in a more like have a more active role. Like maybe if you're the best man or the bridesmaid, where you're a part of it. Whereas if you're just a guest, we wouldn't really say that. So the main reason why I can't go to your wedding. Now we haven't in our letter, we haven't actually said that we can't go yet. So far we've just said thanks for the wedding, thanks for the invitation. It's great. I'm so honored that you would invite me. So unfortunately, so we'll have to tell them we can't go. I won't be able to go. And I'm just going to put in because. So the main reason, because I have my UPSC exam on that day. I can't skip it since this is my last attempt. Maybe you put that in. It makes more sense as part of the same. It's part of the same sentence, and I can't skip it since it is my last. This is my last attempt. Since it is my last attempt. I have already exhausted the previous 5 attempts. Exhausted wouldn't be quite right. I have already used up the first. I've already used up the first 5 attempts, which means that this is my last opportunity to get my certificate. I don't know what UPSC is. Let me check that quickly. UPSC. Union Public Service Commission. Let's say my qualification. I don't know if it's a certificate to get my qualification. So where am I? I have already used up the first 5 attempts, which means that this is my last opportunity. Now, opportunity is a bit formal. Let's change that to chance. This is my last chance to get my qualification. Missing this exam would mean resigning my fate. That's quite a formal. Let's keep it informal. Would mean that I have no choice but to be betrothed, to get engaged, So it's your father's decision that your father wants you to get engaged to someone. And if you don't get your qualification, then you have to do what he said. It's quite complicated, but fine. I mean, it all kind of makes sense. Missing this exam would mean that I have no choice but to get engaged to that man that my dad wants me to marry. How about that? I think that's kind of as clear as informal as I can put it. Okay, so that then is 72 words, so certainly enough. And that brings us to our final paragraph, which needs to be where we describe the wedding gift that we are sending to Jill. Right, so that's the next task for you guys there. Write the first sentence of body paragraph 3. Excuse me. And please make sure that you say exactly what the gift is. So describe the wedding gift you are sending him or her. In that first sentence, I want that information. Okay, so when you're ready, share it in the comments and I will have feedback for you guys then. I saw that already. You mean like watching podcasts is an organic way? No, I think reading texts and finding the words that you want to learn, finding the words that you think are suitable for you, that kind of meet your, suitable for your level, words that you don't already know, not learning words that are too high for your own current ability. So just learning vocab in the way you would when you were studying English, as opposed to having a new approach to studying vocab because you're doing the IELTS test. The way you learned vocab previously, continue learning vocab that way. That's what I mean. And however, I would like to send you and your better half a gift for your special day. I've ordered a set of cooking utensils as you love cooking. I know this is one of your favorite brands that you had your eye on. I hope you will use the set to make delicious dishes. Yeah, looks good. I would put in the name of the brand. I know this is one of your favorite brands, but you didn't say what the brand is, so it's a little bit unusual. You're referencing the brand without saying what it is, so we can add that. Okay. So let me just grab that there, and I can't find that comment. I'm trying to copy and paste it, but I don't know if you deleted it or if it's disappeared from Facebook or what's going on. But I can't find it. So yeah, I mean, I would probably connect some of those sentences together rather than having 4 sentences. I'd probably add some conjunctions and just combine some of them. Good. Any serious English speaking partner here? Yeah, that's a good idea. Reach out. And remember, you can practice by yourself as well. Hi, Ankit. Sir, how to overcome IELTS stress during preparation? Sorry for the silly comment. Honestly, you're going to be stressed in the IELTS test. That's, some people get stressed for tests. That's their personality. There isn't really a solution beyond, trying to prepare yourself as much as you can. Making sure you're actually capable of getting the score that you need, and just fight through the stress, because you will be stressed in the test. It's very, very rarely would I meet a candidate who's not stressed in the speaking test. So, it's not just you, it's the vast majority of students do get stressed, especially in the speaking part. Okay, B. Winkle, I am sending you a sweater hand woven by me. We would more likely say that I have hand woven, but okay. I used a combination of red and white fabrics to stitch it. Above the right breast, I embroidered your initials with black thread. There are 2 pockets on each side of the top also. I hope my absence won't be much nuisance to you. That's not really relevant. That's something that we would have to say in the previous paragraph. So when we were talking about why you're unable to attend, putting in that sentence, I hope my absence won't be too much of a nuisance to you, and I deeply regret for not being able to come. That would have to be in the previous paragraph. So if you stop talking about the gift, that would no longer be considered development of that idea. Okay. I have to say, B. Winkle, a strange gift for a wedding, but there's nothing that says you can't give a strange gift. Normally, the gift you give would be something like, that the couple can use, not just your friend. Okay. So I'm going to delete that stuff about your absence. Okay. And again, we'll just use a contraction when we can. Okay. I'm sending you a sweater. I'm sending you a sweater hand woven by me. I'm sending you a sweater which I have personally hand woven for you. So hand woven by me isn't a very natural. It's just kind of an unnatural phrasing, even though it's perfectly clear. Okay, so let's make it clear. This is the wedding gift. As your wedding gift, I'm going to send you a sweater which I've personally hand woven for you. Now, you just received the gift. Did we say somewhere that we just received it? I kind of feel like you're not going to wait how long does it take to hand weave a sweater? This is kind of what I'm wondering here, because what's important is to stay within the context of the story, the situation in the question. So if we've just received a gift, I'm assuming that hand weaving a sweater is going to take some time. I don't know, but we're more likely to send the reply, like write the letter before we weave it. Look, maybe I'm being too strict, but it has to make sense within the context of the question. So I'm going to change it. I'm going to send you a sweater which I will personally hand weave for you. I'll use a combination. So this is when you haven't made it yet, you're saying what you're going to do. I'll use a combination of red and white fabrics to stitch it. And above, we don't want too many short, simple sentence structures, because that's going to bring down the range of grammar and could reduce our score. And above the right breast, I'll embroider your initials with black thread. I'll also add 2 pockets on each side of the top. So you're referring to the top as like a synonym for sweater, but it sounds like you're saying 2 sides of the top of the sweater, like they'll be up high here. I don't think that's what you're trying to say. I'll also add 2 pockets on each side, so that you can carry your stuff more easily. Maybe something like that, just to try and fill up the paragraph a bit. So that then is 59 words, and that's good enough. We don't need anything longer than that. Okay, so that's the full essay. Not essay, excuse me. That's the full answer, the full letter finished. We've responded directly to the prompts. We started with an informal sign on and a informal signing off. Our paragraphs, most of the paragraphs are too long, but they're focused on the topic. The vocab is good, the grammar is good, nice range, good level of accuracy. So we're looking at a good high score for that right there. Okay, so let's have a look at the final comments and we'll finish up then for today. However, I would like to send you and your better half a set of cooking utensils for your special day, as you love cooking, as I know you love cooking, I think would be more natural. I've ordered your favorite brand, a favorite brand of yours, Jamie Oliver. Hopefully you'll create many delicious dishes for your family. Fantastic. Good. So all of that looks good, much better than the first round we looked at. A bit short, so we would need to develop it further. But besides that, a good piece of writing. And I believe that's all for today. Good job, good work there, Hung and B. Winkle. Yeah, that's it. So I'll have another live stream next week, and I'll see you guys there. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.